I could use 40 rangers to patrol this country. The land rush doesn't start until tomorrow at noon.
Oh, they're just trying to be enterprising, Captain.
They're just trying to get the jump on everybody else waiting at Fort Hall. All right, move out. We'll see what the Land Commission has to say about this.
Let's go. Come on, hurry it up.
There's a smell of something for nothing in the air.
Yep, and it's a powerful attraction.
Now, as agent for the County Land Management Board, I'm here to see that the rules of this land run are strictly adhered to. No exceptions permitted. Now, the rules state every applicant got to get a registration certificate from me. Run starts noon sharp tomorrow. First one plants his flag in the ground, writes down the numbers, the cornerstones on his certificate, and gets back here. The property is his. Now, I must inform you, any infraction of these rules will result in instant disqualification. All right, registration starts immediately. Form a line.
Yeah! Commissioner!
Well, took your time getting here, Parmalee.
We left Laredo as soon as we got word that you sent for us.
6 men, all you have?
I've got 3. We found the rest in the claiming area.
3? 20 square miles between here and the Los Alamos River. 3 men can't police all that ground.
Suppose you do your job and let me do mine.
All right, bring those others in here. All I can do is disqualify them.
Or take a bribe, which ain't unlikely.
You soon as inside. You 3 circulate and settle the troublemakers. You can start with that one.
In case you Rangers ain't heard, the line forms to the rear.
In my experience, man looks for trouble, he's sure to get it. Now, I'd suppose you're here looking for land. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. You're right, Ranger.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir?
My name's Cooper, ma'am. I'm a Texas Ranger, and I'm on duty here. My orders are to look out for troublemakers.
Have I done something wrong?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Why, any woman as pretty as you are walking through a crowd of roughnecks like this, alone, bound to be a source of deep trouble.
When I get to my wagon, I'll muss my hair and put some grease on my face. Will that help, do you think?
I don't think so, no. I think you'd shine right through. Now, what I'm concerned with is getting you from here to your wagon without causing a riot. No, ma'am, I'm afraid I'm going to have to accompany you.
Sacrifice yourself for the good of the group.
Yes, ma'am. Right you are. Why, you're a menace. Will you remember what Helen did to Troy?
Where a man collects a certificate for a homestead claim?
Yeah, the line forms to the rear.
All right, everybody back. Let's go.
Hey, some of us have been here all night long.
Another word, and one of us is going to spend the rest of his life here.
I wonder which one.
Let's go.
Yes, sirree. When the Army was here, before the government moved the Apaches off this reservation and turned it over to homesteading, why, it was worth your very life to be caught outside this fort alone at night. Of course, in my time, us Rangers, we've fit the Mescaleros and the Walla Wallas and the Paiutes and the Sioux to a standstill. You just ask anybody, who's the greatest Indian fighters ever was. You ask anybody.
Those aren't real Indians, sir.
Ain't real. Them's the realest Indians ever.
No, sir. They're American Aborigines.
Yeah? Well, we fit that tribe, too. The Aborigines. Oh, fierce they was. Fierce.
The only real Indians are in India, sir. And my grandfather is the greatest real Indian fighter who ever was. He fought the Gurkhs and the Sikhs and the Punjabi.
Who, Jabby?
Punjabi, sir. Real Indians.
Well, I guess I ought to know an Indian when I see one. And I never heard of no jerkins and no Sikhs.
Come meet my granddad. He'll tell you.
Oh, well, it looks like I'm going to have to set this kid's granddad straight, folks. You'll have to excuse me.
We heard the Rangers were coming to keep things in order during the land run, but I thought you'd be wearing uniforms.
Well, we just like to fit in with the crowd, that's all.
Protective coloration, right?
Coloration? Yeah, I suppose so. That granddaddy of yours must be some tenderfoot.
Perhaps you've heard of him. Major Donaldson of the Khyber. It's quite a name in India.
Khyber? Oh, yeah, that's way up there in Kansas territory, ain't it?
Mother, I'd like you to meet Mr. Bennett. He's a Texas Ranger.
How do you do, Mr. Bennett?
How do you do, ma'am?
I just met another ranger, Mr. Cooper.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Bennett?
Gee, Mum, how'd you get yours?
He followed me home, Robert. You're just in time for tea.
For what?
Tea, Reese. Tiffin. Tea and biscuits.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you, ma'am.
Here, right here. Well, just sit down. That's it.
Would you like one or two?
He usually takes several, ma'am.
I come to meet this Major Donaldson from the Caçadores, ma'am.
Oh, he'll be right along. Father never misses tea. Would you like some milk?
Yeah, milk could be fine, ma'am. Just fine, just fine.
All right, you sign right there. Turn in your certificate as soon as you've registered your claim. Take a mark.
Just a minute. Bert Spar. You did time in Tucson last year, that right?
Maybe. Any law against me homesteading?
Just the natural law against a saddle man taken to a plow.
Law states this is a free race. Open to any male as long as he doesn't, well, as long as he abides by the rules.
Thank you, Commissioner. I seen the error of my ways, Palmley. I'm gonna settle down, build me a nice little soddy, and go to planting crops.
Next man.
As for me, Commissioner, I aim to raise about 160 acres of tulips.
Just for the beauty of it, you know.
Thank you.
It's a darn fool way to distribute land, Commissioner. Tulips? Joe, have you seen Chad and Reese?
They're down having tea, sir.
They're what?
Well, I guess you might call it a tea party.
A tea party?
Captain, I wouldn't have believed it unless I'd have seen it with my own eyes.
Where are they?
Well, they're right down there, sir.
I'm afraid Robert's been romancing you, gentlemen. Oh, yes. I fought the tribesmen in my time. Headed a troop of the Bengal Lancers. Robert's father was a Lancer, too, Your Honor.
Yes, I've heard about the Lancers, sir.
Greatest horseman in the world.
Well, you could get an argument about that around here.
Be a first-rate example of the Lancers now, but I fancy I shall be able to ride with the front runners tomorrow. Yes, I think so.
Granddaddy's going to win us a homestead, and we'll become Texan Americans.
Well, I think that's wonderful, Robert. I'm sure you'll be a very fine addition to the state.
Right on duty, I see.
Tea, sir. Tea and biscuits. It's tea time, sir.
How nice.
They invited us, sir.
Captain, this is Major Donaldson, Mrs. Coverly, her son Robert, Captain Parmalee, and his friend Joe Riley.
How'd you do?
Pleasure, ma'am. You'll have to excuse me, but I Must relieve you of the company of these intrepid, daredevil, watchdog rangers of mine. Reese, what's wrong with your little finger?
Oh, nothing, sir. Nothing at all, sir. It's something to do with the teacup.
Come on.
Excuse us, ma'am. See you later, Robert. Major.
Any of you T-Cozy Rangers recognize Bert Spar when you see him?
I do, sir.
Just like you recognize Orange Pico.
Sir?
Bert Spar's around here with a gang of gunslingers. They registered to file on homesteads. Find them, keep an eye on them. I'll be in the commissioner's tent.
Joe, did it happen to be you that told the captain where we were?
Chad, would I go and spoil your party?
Who's Orange Pico?
Forget it.
Bang, bang!
What were you doing up there?
Practicing military intelligence. I was spying.
Now that ain't polite.
Well, I was also walking Wellington,
Wellington?
my granddad's horse. If I'd been a Wazori, or a Swati, or even an Aphrodite, you'd be deader than doorknobs.
More your Indians, I suppose.
That's right. My father was in military intelligence. He disguised himself as a Wazori, but they called him.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Say, what kind of saddle you call this anyway?
It's grandfather's Lancer saddle. He's been through some great battles. Grandfather is going to wear his regimentals tomorrow when he rides.
Boy, I'll bet that'll be something to see.
He says tomorrow's ride will be the most important one he's ever made. Riding home, he calls it.
Well, you'd better get Wellington to bed early.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. I bet you'd have made a rousing Lancer.
Good luck tomorrow.
That's what I say, and that's what I heard, and that's what we all heard.
Now, wait a minute. I'm only an administrator. Family, this is your problem, not mine.
All right, where did you men hear this rumor?
All over. Just ask anybody. They say that all the claims will be staked out by tomorrow morning. They say that your rangers are letting all their friends ride into the territory.
Don't ever come in here with they say. There are more rumors running through here than water in the Rio Grande.
Oh, yeah? Well, we saw a gang of men riding out there and nobody stopped them, and that ain't no rumor.
We'll handle that.
What, we're 4 men?
All right, are you men going to listen to what I have to say, or did you come here to hear yourselves talk? Now, I'm telling you, if one of my rangers helps anybody file on this land, or shows any signs of favoritism, I'm going to discharge him from the rangers, prosecute him, and send him to prison. Now, is that clear? Now, we're here to police the area, and that's all. Now, if you want to help, you can find this Mr. They who does so much saying, and I'll arrest him for disturbing the peace. Now, in the meantime, I suggest you all turn in.
Well,
I'm not sure I'm any more convinced than they are.
Bert Spar and his men have gone. That's what you come to tell me?
Kind of looks that way, Kevin.
Boys, I know that sometimes a man has a bad day. Things get too tough to handle. But how in the blue blazes all three of you can go wrong at once beats me. Now, suppose you divide the night into 3 equal parts, if that's not beyond your comprehension, and stand watch, while I try and figure out what to do with these Sooners.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We got the sections flagged and all the cornerstones recorded.
Good. Tomorrow after that start gun goes off, we head back and file the claims. This will be the easiest money we picked up since we dynamited that bridge under the San Remo stage.
You know, this plan's so good, I don't see how we can miss.
Stay in the sight till tomorrow.
You heard him. Come on.
Mr. Cooper.
Well, by golly, ma'am, here you are making trouble again. I knew it was you coming before I even saw you. I could tell from all those fellas' heads just a-spinning as you walked past.
Mr. Cooper, I'm so worried about my father.
Well, what is it?
He insists on riding all the way to the Las Almas River. That's 12 miles one way, and he's simply not up to it.
You'd be better off, ma'am, just to get a quick start and stake the first claim he comes to.
I know. I try to tell him that. He insists he wants Riverland, and he's determined to get it for us.
Man holds out for the best in a race like this, man. He's liable to wind up with just nothing at all.
I know. I try to tell him that, but he won't listen to us. Won't you talk to him?
Well, I can't do that, ma'am. That's not...
Oh, please.
All right. You say please like that, I'd spend a week talking to a stone.
Commissioner, I'd like you to delay the start of this run for an hour.
Delay the start? Certainly not. Why?
Well, because the Sooners who jump the gun will head back this way at noon. They'll think the run has started, and we'll have a chance to pick them up.
However, I am obliged to adhere to the announced terms of this run, otherwise it may not be legal. It was your job to clear that area before the run started.
There aren't enough ranges in the state of Texas to clear that area, but if you delay the start, the men who are out there will come in here by themselves.
Like you pointed out, Captain, you do your job and I'll do mine. As I see it, this run starts precisely at noon.
The way he sees it, precisely at noon. Take away his glasses and he couldn't tell the hind end of a camel from a horse.
Ooh! Did you hear that?
What?
Reese, this might be your chance to square yourself with the captain. What do you think would happen if somebody swiped old Smoot's glasses?
Probably couldn't see nothing.
Or tell time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Nonsense, my boy, nonsense. 12 miles? Why, I could do it standing on my saddle.
Well, that's just one way, sir, and in this heat, why?
Heat? You don't know what heat is till you've lived in India. Here, give me my helmet. There. I'm riding, and I'm going to find a piece of ground as close to the river as possible. Always have wanted a home near the water, so let's have no more of this nonsense. Oh, thank you, Robert. And now, Mr. Cooper, if you'll excuse me, I'll put Wellington through his paces. Thank you, my boy.
Well, we'll keep an eye on him for you, ma'am. I think the best thing for you to do is get into your wagon and just head straight for the river. Stay as close as you can, just in case he, in case he tires out.
We'll stay as close as possible. Thank you, Mr. Cooper.
The name is Chad.
I came out of mourning for Robert's sake. It's not good for a boy to see his mother in black for a whole year. But for me...
It's all right. I didn't understand. I'm sorry.
Maybe when we find our new home, get settled in this country, then I can start looking ahead again.
I see now why your father's making this ride. I'd have done the same thing. Good day.
You're sure it's going to work?
Well, Reese, it was your idea, wasn't it?
But I ain't always right. Besides, how am I going to steal a set of specs right off the man's nose?
Come on, Reese. It'll be easy for you to figure out. Come on.
Commissioner?
I'm sorry, it's too late to register now.
Well, that ain't it, sir.
Oh, it's you. Can't you see I'm busy? Look, if it's trouble, take it up with your captain.
Well, that's it, sir. I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Well, sir, I got myself a serious problem. And I thought of you, sir.
Why me?
Well, because you're a kind of man that would understand this kind of problem. And I know you're a man to be trusted with a secret.
Secret? What kind of secret?
Well, sir, I wouldn't want this to get around, but I've been having doubts about my eyes, sir.
Eyes?
Yeah, they've been going fuzzy on me once in a while. And in my line of work, that could mean a matter of life or death.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. You know something? I wear glasses myself. You nearsighted or farsighted?
Darn if I know, Commissioner. Say, I'd sure be obliged if you'd let me try your specs on. Sure appreciate it.
I don't know.
Could be a man's life or death, sir.
Well. Yeah, all right. Here, try it. Yeah, I'm mostly farsighted myself. Kind of all the close paperwork I have to do. Huh? Well, turn 'em around. The other way. That better?
Say, Commissioner, this is the first time I've been able to see up close for months.
Bennett, you've got a bad case of farsightedness.
No. You don't say.
Oh, I advise you to get a pair of glasses just as soon as possible.
Well, say, Commissioner, you don't happen to have a extra set that you could loan me, do you?
No, I don't. No, it's the reason I keep them on a ribbon. I couldn't afford to lose them.
Well, I know if you had an extra set, you'd sure loan them to me. And I want to thank you, Commissioner.
Anything else I can do to help? Oh, blind as a bat. Here, let me help you. My pince-nez.
Your what?
My glasses.
Oh, Commissioner, you set on them.
They're ruined.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Shh. I know you gotta go on with your business, but, what time is it?
Here, you tell me.
Well, it, looks like it's almost 11 o'clock, sir.
11 o'clock couldn't be. Much later than that.
Well, here, take a look for yourself. Look.
You're right. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Well, Parmalee's got his extra hour.
Sun straight up. Them homesteaders will be coming our way. All right, let's go.
Yeah, but we better take it slow, Spa. They just left, and we don't want to get to the commissioner's office too soon.
Yakima, now you're using what little head you got.
That fool commissioner's nearly an hour late. What do you think he's up to? Oh, whoa there, Wellington. My horse knows the time better than Smoot.
Pull the trigger, Smoot. It's almost 1 o'clock. The sun was overhead an hour ago.
Sun's wrong today.
Wrong? The sun wrong? Since when's the sun ever been wrong?
Stood still for Joshua, did it? Well, now it's standing still for Smoot.
Joe, Chad, ride out and pick him up.
Yeah, Bennett, you hold the watch.
Oh, we're rangers. You fellas coming in to file a homesteader's claim?
Yeah.
You're a little too early to qualify, mister. As a matter of fact, you're disqualified.
Too early? This run was supposed to start at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I'd say that you started a good deal ahead of that, partner. Now, if you'll just move into the fort nice and quiet, don't start any trouble, we won't have to finish it.
Joe, get their names and hold those horses. This thing's ready to start.
You can pull the trigger any time, Smoot.
Get ready. Get set.
Well, thank you very much, Bennett.
My pleasure, Commissioner. My pleasure.
I still say it's a fool way to distribute land.
Well, anyway, we're off to a good start. Noon sharp.
Very sharp indeed.
I guess so, Chad.
I'm going to locate Mrs. Coverly and the Major.
Well, he's one heck of a lady locator.
Your father all right, Mrs. Coverly?
My grandfather is the greatest, Mr. Cooper.
This here's mine. Get off. Doggone, I said get off.
One of you better ride on. There won't be no land left.
Go on, hold it for me.
Give me that.
Oh! I said one of you, not both. Come on, knock it off, you guys. Oh, let him fight, Joe, let him fight.
Most of them people left their brains back where they come from.
You seen Major Donaldson?
Yeah, I seen him. He was riding fast down there for the river. The best way to get there is over Clay Hill and down the draw. All these people taking a long way around.
Well, why didn't you tell him that before he started?
Well, now, you know what the captain said, Reese. We can't play no favorites.
Well, you could have told Donaldson about the shortcut.
Tell him yourself when you see him.
Sodbusters probably come back and pick this stuff up, I suppose. Well, Commissioner, looks like we're the first ones here.
Now,
That's same. Uh-huh.
Where are these?
The section's along the river, Commissioner.
The river, right along the river, eh? Uh-huh.
Over here, Commissioner.
Joe, these horses look like they've been ridden hard to you?
Ain't done much more than walk, Captain. I followed them in.
That's my thought. I want you to ride hell-bent for leather through the land nearest the river. Pull up every stake. That land is still open.
Yes, sir.
Those claims can't be legal.
Who says they can't?
You ride those horses outside clearing from the river?
That's right, Captain.
And you started here with the rest of the homesteaders?
You got the idea.
No, the idea I got is you staked those claims last night. Those horses you rode 24 miles in an hour aren't even lathered up. Come on outside, Commissioner. I want to show you.
You know he's got us dead to rights. Our horses should have been hot.
I'm not losing this deal over no sweat on a horse. Come on.
Parmalee, these horses haven't gone the distance.
Them claims belong to us. We staked them.
I sent a ranger out to pull up your stake, Spar.
You can't do that. Commissioner, that's illegal, ain't it?
Well, it's, somewhat irregular.
Irregular? It's downright crooked. All he has is his word against ours.
But your horse, I felt your horse.
We switched him. That's it. Now, there's no rule against swapping horses, and that's what we done. Right, Yakima?
That's right.
Who with? Show me that and I'll listen to you.
We're staking them claims again, mister.
I'm afraid you haven't got enough time, Spar.
We'll see about that. Come on.
You're right, Captain. It is a fool way to distribute land.
No use driving breakneck that away. Major ought to be somewhere near the river by now.
Do you think he has the claim staked, Mr. Bennett?
Well, I sure hope so. I'll ride on ahead and point him this way so he can tell you himself.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Staked. Every claim near the river staked.
I don't understand it. I don't see how anyone could have beaten you here.
I've got to find a place. Got to find a place for Robert and Alice to live.
This land is free and clear. Orders of Captain Parmalee.
Go. Thanks, Joe. Major, plant your flag. Major.
We'll take those. Get them flags and let's go. I don't want one single homesteader with claims near the river to get to Fort Hall. Not one!
Yeah, he's all used up, but he sure rode.
Just passed his wagon a couple miles back.
Hey, look, will you get him on it? Put him in the wagon for me?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to locate his cornerstones and ride back for the Major.
Ride back for the Major? Parmy will kick you out of the Rangers. You heard what he said.
Yeah, I heard what he said. Look, will you do me a favor?
What?
Switch those saddles for me. I don't like to ride those English saddles.
That means there's still one more out there. You three follow the line up and down river. We gotta find him.
Well, now, he looks like a fancy hotel doorman.
$50 to the man who pulls him down. Go!
Come on. Orrington. Come on, boy. Going to make it. Got to make it. Bring them home. Home to the river. Oh.
It's Mr. Cooper, riding for Grandpa. Those men are after him.
Aren't you going to help him, Mr. Bennett?
No, he don't appear to need it, ma'am. He needs it now.
Get his paper!
Get clear of him! Get clear of him!
Or I'm gonna run you all the way to Fort Hall, or I'm gonna run you through. What's gonna be?
Careful with that thing!
Next time I see you, boy, you better be wearing the clothes you want to be buried in.
Dad! 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 Dad!
You all right?
Yeah.
What'd you have to swap for that fancy outfit, Chad?
Hell, my job in the Rangers, most likely. Close, huh? Oh.
That woman figures on guzzling tea with her every day.
Kind of lonesome without her, won't he?
Well, he won't have a chance when the captain sees him.
If the captain sees him.
Yeah, it's a cinch. Smoot won't. Come on, let's go.
Well, he's got to be around here somewheres.
Yeah, we better find him before the captain does.
Here you are. Next man.
Captain.
Commissioner. Huh? You missed this one.
Oh.
Here, I'll help you.
Dad, blame it.
Here we go. I can't see a thing. All right, there you are. Next man.
Psst. Reese. Hey, Joe. Joe, here he is.
Shut up, will you, Reese?
How you gonna get to Smoot?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. I can't stand in line in this outfit.
The only way we're gonna get rid of that crowd is cannon fire.
Fire! Fire! That's it, come on! Fire! 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 Make a bucket brigade! Fire! Over yonder! Over yonder!
Joe, where's the fire?
Other side of the fort, Captain.
Come on.
Hey, Jack.
Who's that? Who's there?
Major Donaldson, sir. Come to register his claim.
What's the matter with you? Well, there's a fire. Now help me out of here.
No, there's no need for you to worry yourself, sir. Captain Parmley's a real fire eater. You put out that fire pronto.
Now, wait a minute. The major will just have to wait until the captain gets back. I can't see very well.
Well, here, I'll help you, Commissioner. Be glad to help you.
That you, Bennett?
Yes, sir.
You're blinder than I am.
Oh, now, Commissioner, this man has come a long way. He's ridden a long way.
Major Donaldson, huh?
Quite so, sir, of the Khyber.
All right. All right, I'll sign you in.
Thank you, sir.
Don't you let Bennett touch my seal. He'll break it sure as chickens have eggs.
Right-o, sir.
Your certificate?
Oh, yes, right here, sir. Here you are, sir. Riley, where's the fire?
Well, I don't know, Captain. Somebody must have put it out.
I'm glad no one got burned.
Yes, sir, me too. We better check around some more anyway.
You see any smoke?
No, Captain, I don't. But where there's fire, why, there's no smoke.
What was that?
Well, there's an old saying in there, Captain, where there's smoke, there's fire, and, well, the opposite is where there's fire, there's no smoke. Why, it just follows just like night after day, doesn't it, Captain?
Fine. Very bright, Riley. Get an empty bucket and put out the no fire.
I'm going back.
Well, there goes Major Donaldson, sir.
Well, here you are, Mrs. Coverley. Signed, sealed, and now delivered.
Oh, Mr. Cooper, thank you so very much.
Look out, Mr. Cooper. She might kiss you.
Is your granddaddy still asleep? Come on.
I think I realized for the first time that not being kissed is important. I think if you'd pecked me on the cheek, it would have been all over, wouldn't it? Like a period on a sentence.
You'd like this sentence to continue?
Yes, ma'am, I would.
Will you be out this way again?
With your permission, ma'am, I'd like to make a point of just that.
You'll always be most welcome.
Thank you. Well, I guess we'd better get this back to the Major, hmm?
Now go on, boy, before your granddaddy wakes up. Go on.
I hate fibbing to him, Mr. Bennett.
He made the ride in his heart, Robert, and that's what counts.
Now you go on. Go on.
Grandpa, you awake?
Hello, Robert. Huh. Must have dozed off. Ah, you think you like living in Texas?
Oh, yes, sir.
Wellington made a splendid ride today. Splendid.
That's right, Grandpa. Wellington led the field today.
Pretty good for an old horse, isn't he?
Yes, he is, sir. He's the best.
Did Parmalee suspect anything?
Nah, we pull the wool over his eyes this time.
Well, I certainly want to thank you for your help, Captain. I couldn't have managed without you.
Just doing my duty, Commissioner.
That's right. That's right. Yes, yes, certainly is. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Well, boys, another day, another dollar, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look, I don't mind fires without smoke. But a Bengal lance in a western saddle's a little hard to swallow. Don't you agree? Reese.
Yes, sir.
You owe Commissioner Smoot a set of specs. See that he gets them.
Yes, sir.
Orange Pico.